GoPro Hero 8 and GoPro Hero 8 Max were announced Monday, and I'm excited. And while I did order both cameras on Monday, they don't ship until October 15th. But a bunch of you have already hit me up in the comments and on my Instagram page asking me, should you pre-order? Should you stick with the 7? Should you upgrade? All these different questions. We're gonna address that today. So let's dig into exactly what was announced on Monday and hopefully help you make a choice of whether you should upgrade or not. Or maybe save some money and buy a Hero 7 or a DJI Osmo Action. If you haven't already, subscribe below. I will be giving away a Hero 8 Black on this channel. It's gonna be my first giveaway. I'm super pumped that it's a Hero 8 Black. And yes, I did buy it and I'm gonna be giving it away. The sweet thing too is that this channel is relatively small compared to some of the bigger guys. So entering a giveaway on this channel, your odds are way better of winning. So hit that like button below. It helps a ton on this channel. It's a huge favor to me, and thank you. And comment below, let me know if this video was helpful for you in making the choice whether to pre-order the 8 or to stick with the 7 or Osmo Action. And if you agree or disagree with me, comment that below as well. First, let's jump into what was announced on Monday. GoPro announced 2 brand new cameras that will be shipping on October 15th, the GoPro 8 Black and the GoPro 8 Max. The GoPro 8 Black is a successor to the Hero 7 Black, and the GoPro 8 Max is a successor to the GoPro Fusion 360 camera. Both of these cameras are seeing a pretty big upgrade, so this isn't really an S model cycle. This is more like they went for the 7, which was a big upgrade, and then boom, right with the 8, kind of did a big upgrade to it. Both the 8 Black and the 8 Max see changes in the body design, with the 8 Max seeing the biggest changes in body design, and they added a screen to the camera, which is gonna be super helpful. The biggest change in form factor for the Hero 8 Black is that they took these 2 little feet that are normally attached to the GoPro's frame, and they actually built them into the body. So now those feet are actually gonna be mounted here on the body, where the battery door was on the Hero 7. So where does the battery and the SD card go? It goes to the side of the camera, which means that you'll be able to access the battery, SD card, and ports without ever removing your GoPro from the mount. So however it's mounted sitting there, you can just kind of pop out the side, battery, SD card, everything's accessible without having to take it in and out of the frame. That is sweet, and it's gonna save me a ton of time. And even though the Hero 8 Black's body is slightly larger, it actually gets a 14% weight reduction. So although the GoPro in general is already a very light camera, the Hero 8 will be 14% lighter. The Hero 8 Black does not get a front screen update like the Osmo Action. I think most people thought that the Hero 8 would add that front screen to match with the Action, and they didn't do it. What they did do is add on something called a media mod, which is basically a frame that mounts around the GoPro. It adds in a shotgun mic up top, it adds in a 3.5mm mic input, an HDMI out port, and 2 cold shoe mounts, one on top and one on the side of the camera. In these cold shoe mounts, you can either add their light mod, which is just a light, or add their display mod, which is a flip up screen. So you can have it flip down, see the back of your screen, or flip it up and use it as a selfie screen like the one that's already built into the Osmo Action. The new flip screen seems to be GoPro's answer to the Osmo Action's front screen, but honestly, I would 100% rather have a front screen on the GoPro than another piece that I have to buy, I have to keep with me, have to plug in and flip up and deal with. This thing, it's right there on front. Built in, included with the camera, and super easy to use. GoPro, just give me a front screen. Why would you do this? Why would you give me a weird flip up screen? There's a screen right there, just make it good like this one. Seems easy enough. DJI managed to make it work. Yeah, in that category, the Osmo Action wins by far. Although I am stoked that GoPro at least came up with the display mod as an option to have that front-facing screen. The only problem with these 3 mods is they don't pre-order until December, and that's pre-orders. So the camera's gonna come out October 15th, pre-orders for these mods will start December, who knows when, and then we don't know when they're gonna ship. Are they gonna get here before the new year or after the new year? Which means potentially months of owning a GoPro Hero 8 with only using the built-in audio, because we do not know currently if the audio adapter that's made for the Hero 7 works with the Hero 8. I know it would make sense that it would, but nowhere have I seen that it does. When I get the camera, that'll be like the first thing I test out. Yeah, that delay is annoying. I don't know why the camera and the camera's accessories wouldn't just come out at the same time. It's like the Osmo Action and their audio adapter. It took like months before they got the adapter ready. For the Hero 8 Black, we're getting something called Hypersmooth 2.0, which enables something called Boost Mode, which gives you more stabilization, and you can actually adjust that level of stabilization across all frame rates and resolutions, which is sweet because the Hero 7 Black only went to 4K 60 frames per second before you completely lost Hypersmooth. Obviously though, as you add more stabilization, you're gonna get more of a cropped image, which is what a ton of people mentioned when I had my video on the Osmo Action. They said that Rocksteady was smoother, but that it cropped in more. And that makes sense. That's just how digital stabilization works. It crops in the image, so there's excess to work with, and then it stabilizes from inside the frame. With the GoPro now though, it looks like we're actually gonna be able to dial in that level of stabilization, which will also dial in that crop a little bit. So if I'm standing still like this and I'm filming something, I don't need a ton of stabilization. But if I'm running or if I'm surfing, I can crank that stabilization up, knowing that the sacrifice is that I'll get a little bit more of a crop on my image. But I like that we have choices. I like that they give me the choice to decide how much crop and how much stabilization I need. Something called digital lenses looks like a pretty sweet feature where they brought the option to switch between super view, wide, linear, and narrow onto screen. So you'll actually be able to slide a little slider and decide which of those frames to be in, which is nice. It brings options that are deep in the menu system on screen where we can get to them quickly. I like that. Time Warp 2.0 looks pretty sweet, now with the option to tap the screen and slow down to normal mode in the middle of a clip. So I can be walking, doing a time lapse, touch it, now it's in regular mode, I can look around at somebody, maybe I'm panning onto something, and then tap it again and go right back into time-lapse mode. It's awesome to have that option, but it's still not fully editable in post. Like with the Insta360, if I film a 10-minute clip, I have a 10-minute video to work with in post. Then in post, I can choose to make sections hyperlapse and then normal speed and then hyperlapse and then normal speed and then hyperlapse. So now my video is gonna go really fast, it's gonna slow down for something, then go fast again, and I choose when it slows down and when it speeds up in post. With the GoPro in time warp mode, you choose a speed and it films in that speed. Now it's nice that we can touch and it will flip to normal mode and I can film something slow, touch and go back to time warp, but I can't do anything in post. As soon as that clip is done, it's filmed, it's recorded, that's how it is. I would love if they would just put time warp as a feature in the app. Let me do all the time warping in post. That would be really sweet. There's a new and improved super photo and HDR mode, which helps you get that super HDR, really saturated, overly crisp image. I'd prefer just to shoot raw images in camera, which is nice because the Hero 8 now shoots raw images in all photo mode. And then I'll take those raw images into post, make an HDR out of them how I want to. But for people that want to skip the step of editing, you can now do it in camera. They've added something called Live Burst, or if you're an iPhone user, you know this as live photos. Basically, you can take a photo, but it actually captures 90 photos in the 1.5 seconds around that single shot. So you can then go in later, move it around, decide on one of those other 90 frames as your photo, or take those 90 frames and turn them into a 4K 1.5 second video clip. That's kind of slick. I really like live photos on my phone, and now we have it on GoPro. The last big feature they announced is something called Nightlapse Mode, which is basically time lapses at night. You'll put your GoPro on a tripod or on a really stable ledge and let it run. And then it's gonna put out a nighttime time lapse that used to take really expensive cameras to make and a ton of time in post. Again, all being done in the new GoPro Hero 8. And then lastly, they're claiming that with their 3 microphones and advanced wind reduction mode, it's going to reduce more wind than ever before. But in my experience with GoPro, I doubt it's as good as they say. There's a couple of other smaller features to mention, like horizon leveling within the GoPro app, only for Hero 8 footage, which it must be something to do with the new accelerometers because it's not available for the Hero 7 footage in the app. So it's not just a software improvement, it's actually taking something from the Hero 8 that the Hero 7 does not have. There's also some better customizations and shortcuts that you can now have on screen in the Hero 8, and you can live stream in 1080. And I think that's pretty much everything that's notable about the Hero 8 Black that was announced on Monday. Oh, the Hero 8 Black is $399, and the Hero 7 Black has now dropped to $329. So the question is, should you upgrade to the Hero 8 Black, or save a few bucks and get the Hero 7 Black, or save $10 more and get the Osmo Action? I already told you what I did. I pre-ordered it. But one, I ordered it because I want to make really comprehensive videos for you guys, be able to answer your questions, and be able to tell you if it's worth it or not. And two, because I'm a heavy user of GoPros and cameras in general, I feel the benefit of upgrades more. Features like being able to choose my stabilization, having that stabilization through every frame rate and resolution, bringing in that night lapse mode, and removing the need for a frame so that my battery and SD card are on the side of the camera, those matter to me. But again, I'm a heavy GoPro user. If you're someone that just uses your GoPro for travel videos or for family videos or just for fun, should you upgrade? I think that if right now you don't have a camera, the Hero 7 sitting at $329 or the Hero 8 Black sitting at $399, there's more than a $70 difference in the feature set. So I don't think it would make sense to spend $329 on this when for $70 more, you could get the Hero 8 Black. I think if the Hero 7 Black was at $299 while the Hero 8 Black is at $399, it would make that gap big enough where you would have to kind of make that choice. But a $70 difference, it's not that much when you're already spending a few $100s. So if you currently do not own an action camera and you're looking at either the Hero 7 or the Hero 8, I think Hero 8's the way to go. I think it makes sense to have that latest and greatest camera that's gonna have all the features and everything is gonna be kind of designed for it for the extra $70. But if you already have a Hero 7 Black, again, unless you're a heavy user like me, does it make sense to upgrade your current camera to get the Hero 8 Black? Probably not. Honestly, the Hero 8 Black does have a lot of awesome features, but the Hero 7 Black is still one of the most impressive cameras ever made. So if you already have the Hero 7 Black or even the Osmo Action, I don't think you should upgrade to the Hero 8. Again, unless you're a heavy user and the features that I mentioned make sense to you. I wanna finish quickly by touching on a few notes about the GoPro 8 Max, but I'm gonna save more of an in-depth look on that camera until I have it in my hands. And I'm for sure going to create a GoPro 8 Max versus Insta360 One X video. But a few things on the GoPro 8 Max. Number one, they added a touch screen on the camera, which I think is gonna be the biggest game changer for this camera. But number two, they added in something called a hero mode. Yes, it's happening. I keep saying that the future of action cameras is 360, but a 360 camera that's high enough resolution to where you can have a good 360 image, but you could go into something like a regular image, like a regular GoPro, and still have a great image. The Hero 8 Max can be a 360 camera, or it can also just be a normal GoPro. And that's where I think that touchscreen is gonna come in play. So I'll for sure have a video of the GoPro 8 Max versus the Insta360 One X, and we'll see who's the king of 360 right now. It was very exciting. That was a lot to cover. That was a lot of specs to go through. So how do you win a Hero 8 Black? First up, you need to subscribe to this channel. You also need to follow me on Instagram. Hopefully, you're already doing both of those things and you're just like, boom, boom, check, check. Once I get my hands on the camera, I'm gonna make a full review, a more in-depth, hands-on version of this video. And then to enter the giveaway, you need to comment on that video. So subscribe now and comment on this video just for funsies, because when you comment, you're way cooler. But subscribe and stay tuned for that video where you'll comment and be entered the giveaway to win a GoPro 8 Black. Yeah, first giveaway on this channel, and it's a GoPro Black. And no, GoPro did not give me these GoPros. I bought them with my monies. Apparently, I'm not cool enough to get free GoPros yet. If anyone from GoPro is watching this, call me. Also, don't tell my wife, but I bought 2 GoPros, one to give away and one for me to keep.